Yeah.
What is up, ladies and gents? It's your boy G here from Team Hybrid BMX, coming back at you with another really awesome episode. This one is brought to you by one of our subscribers. He came up with the idea. Omar, buddy, this one's for you. This is what I'm talking about, folks. If you get a hold of me and you write in the comments and you say, hey, this is what I want done, and he did this on an older video too, which was awesome. By the way, I appreciate the people who have been commenting on the used BMX isn't bad video. That is really awesome. That's gotten 370 some odd views, which is just crazy to me. Obviously, you guys see my team lost last night, but that doesn't matter. But either way, guys, getting back to what this video is about. This video is about the, I'm going to say top 5 entry-level bikes. Now, mind you, for some of you older riders, these are not going to be bikes that are going to be really good for you. But for the younger rider who's just getting into riding, these are really good starter bikes to get you just ready to rock and roll and have a good time on a bike. You know, get you started, at least give you a platform to get you on a bike that's not a Walmart bike, but is good enough for you to get the job done. So, without further ado, we're going to get started with the list with number 1. Alright, so the number 1 bike on our list today is going to be the Fit STR BMX, which stands for street if you guys haven't figured that one out. That's capital STR. I'm going to put a picture right about now. So, now you guys have seen the bike, let's do a little bit of talk about it. So, this bike is great for the kid who watches street BMX and is like, that's what I have to do. Or you don't have a skate park in your town, all you have is street to ride. So a lot of rails, a lot of ledges like me and stuff like that. This is the perfect bike for that kid. The reason it is because it comes with 4 pegs. It's a 20-inch bike. It's brand new for 2018, so it's a brand new bike. Fit's been always a great brand, never really had many problems that I've heard from Fit, and everybody I know that's owned a Fit has always loved it. Dookie rides a Mach 2, I believe right now, frame, and way before, when I first started riding with him, he had a Fit replica, and he absolutely loved that bike. They've always been a solid brand, they've never really put out any bad stuff, so it's just really awesome. The starting price on that bike that I saw online was about $379. So it's a little bit steep as far as a starter bike, but considering the fact that it's built for street and it's built to take the abuse, I'm saying I think you could last at least a couple years on just the standard components on it alone. So I just thought that was a good interim bike for the kid who has a little bit of extra to spend, closer to the 400 range. That would be, you know, this is the nostalgia piece. This is the one that it would be perfect for a street rider. So, going on to number 2 on the list. Number 2 is Stolen X Fiction BMX bike. This one's going to be a hard one for you guys to find, but it is out there. It is a collaboration piece between Stolen BMX and Fiction BMX. They went in on a bike together. It's really cool looking, and I'm going to insert the picture right here. So, you guys just saw the Stolen X Fiction. I know you're already thinking to yourself, dude, this bike is dope. I have to have it. It is amazing. And honestly, if you're going to look for something a little bit more affordable, mind you, it doesn't come with pegs. A lot of these bikes that are rested on the categories do not come with pegs. You're going to have to buy the pegs separately. Now, that's not a big deal when you consider it in the long run. The pegs are about $15 for a set. So, and you're going to want to learn how to ride on your side first. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are like, oh, 4 pegs are awesome when you're starting out. I don't agree. I think you should learn with 2 pegs and build your way up. But that's just my personal opinion. But the Stolen X Fiction, it's another 20-inch bike. It's at $349.95, so after tax, probably about $350 some odd dollars. A good bike. Stolen, I had a Stolen stereo for a while. I loved it. It was a great bike. It got stolen. Funny story. My Stolen got stolen. It was a beautiful bike. It rode great. It was the best complete that I probably bought in the last, 10 years. And that's honestly the last brand new bike that I bought. It was about 6 years ago now is when I bought that. And it got stolen about a month later out of the back of my truck, which was just awful. I had an SUV. It was just bad news. But either way, Stolen's a great brand. Their stuff comes out good all the time. I've never had a complaint. Everything worked great on the bike. It never gave me problems, and I beat on it for that month that I owned it. So, nothing bad to say about Stolen. The other thing I'm going to do, guys, is these brands, I feel like it's really important that I really focused on the brands to make sure that you guys all had brands that you would like, are current. It's not like just like, oh, it's a GT. I didn't go that route, or it's a Mongoose, or it's a Haro. I didn't do that. I wanted to make sure that it was brands that were specific to the industry as it stands today, brands that people would be really interested in. For those of you overseas, I'm sorry I didn't really, include like Colony and some of the other teams that are over there in the UK. If you guys want to see a UK video for my top 5 for 2018 of more UK style bikes or BMX bikes companies, let me know, and I will work on that list as well. Okay. So let's get into number 3. Number 3 is the 2018 Sunday Primer, which I'm going to enter the picture here. So here we are, Sunday Primer. It actually comes in several sizes with the Sunday Primer. Now Sunday, I remember when Sunday was in its inception, when Aaron Ross first started the company. Forgive me, let me take. Tasty. I remember when Aaron Ross first made the company, he came out with a 41 thermal frame, which if you guys don't know about Odyssey and 41 thermal, those parts were like indestructible. I had 41 thermal bars growing up, 41 thermal forks. I mean, Odyssey 41 thermal parts, you could drop them off a bridge and they would still work just fine. So it was amazing that it was made out of 41 thermal. Now they're not making it out of 41 thermal anymore, especially their lower end bikes. But Sunday still has a great brand built, and their bikes are always solid, and the prices are worth it. For this beginner Sunday bike, it's a really good price. It's really simple, but it comes in a lot of colors. I just put the black one, as you guys saw, but it's a really cool bike. I like it that it just has a simple like Sunday sticker. It's just really nice looking. It comes in 3 separate sizes, so if you have a littler guy, this is the perfect one. I wanted to kind of put a junior bike in here, just so that way you guys had an idea. Now, obviously the smaller sizes are going to be cheaper. I think the 16-inch was like, and when I mean 16 inch is the top tube. It's this right here is what you'd be measuring, is the top tube. So 16-inch is going to be for your littlest rider. If you go to Dance Comp or any of the websites, really like Albs or The Source or anything like that, you're going to find sizing charts and use them to your advantage, guys. If you are a taller rider, you're going to want a 21-inch. When I mean taller, I mean 6 foot and above. But you use your judgment, look at the charts, and make sure that the bike is the right size for you. Otherwise, it's going to be hell trying to throw around a big bike. Okay. So the Sunday Primer comes in a 16-inch, an 18-inch, and a 20.5. Now the 20.5 is perfect for that rider that's around, I don't know, I think I was like 14 or 15 when I got into BMX, and the first bike I got was a 20 3/4, because my 6-pack, that's the size of the top tube. It was perfect size for me, but that's because I'm a taller rider. So a 20.5 is a great size for someone that's in their 5 foot, in the mid 5 foot range, to a little bit higher in the 5 foot range. That's a perfect bike for you. So the Sunday Primer, that's a good entry level bike at $359.95 is what that comes in at. Going on to number 4 is the Colt Gateway. Now, unfortunately with the Colt Gateway, guys, I don't know why this happened. I tried on Google Images to get the image to save. It would not. I don't know if they have rights on the pictures for Colt, and that's why you can't take the pictures and pull them offline in order to upload them in a video. But for some reason, it wouldn't upload. So I'm sorry about that. This is one of those ones you guys are going to actually have to go on and look at it. It's really, honestly, as far as what it looks like any other BMX bike. It's really not that exciting looking. However, it's Colt. And everybody that's anybody that wants to get into BMX nowadays knows who Colt is. If you don't, you should probably go check them out. Their company is amazing. Their products are really solid, and their riders are insane. So definitely go check out Colt. The Gateway bike is a 20-inch bike. It's $400. Now, I know for some of you that's kind of a daunting task. We're getting up there with the price tag of fits. But again, the quality is bar none, and that's on their lowest grade bike. So, I mean, like their cheapest bike, but even at their cheapest bike, it's still amazing parts. It's really good parts. It's a great, complete, good starter bike. So, that being said and done, let's move on to number 5, the last bike on the list for entry-level bikes. And by the way, guys, this is all in my opinion. This is stuff that I looked at online, and I've had several friends that had these bikes and were happy with them. So number 5 is the Sabrosa Altus. Okay, the Sabrosa Altus is going to be the bike for the kid who doesn't have a lot of money but wants to buy a decent BMX bike that's going to hold up to the abuse, but is still, like, I mean, it's unsealed American bottom bracket, and it's right here. Take a look at the picture. So this bike is not a bad bike, guys. It's just one of those bikes that you're going to have to keep up on the maintenance with. As far as unsealed American bottom brackets, that's what I started with. The most important thing is to always grease your bearings. If you go on a dirt ride, pull your 3-piece apart, which I will teach you guys how to do that. I'm going to do a video where I pull a 3-piece American unsealed bottom bracket apart. Hopefully when I get another used bike that's American bottom bracket, I will teach you guys how to do that so you know how to deal with an unsealed, and you can pull it apart, get the bearing, get it all cleaned out, get the bearings re-greased, put them back in, and rerun it. But always, if you go out dirt riding, if you've been out street riding and it's been really dirty outside, or if it's been muddy or rainy, always make sure you take your bottom bracket apart with an unsealed American bottom bracket and put it back together when you're done. Because if you do not, it's going to destroy the bearings, and you're going to deal with crunch, crunch, scratch, bump. And if it decides to seize, it's going to be a big pain in the butt to get off. Just trust me on this. I went through a bike one time. I hucked it out in the snow because I was building a junker bike just for the winter time. It was a Diamondback Joker, and it was so annoying. I threw it out in the snow. So, needless to say, the Sabrosa Altus is not a bad bike, but coming in at $299.99 or $300 after tax, that is a really good price nowadays for a BMX. Good luck finding anything cheaper than that that is going to hold up to some abuse. So, and that's, again, another 20-inch BMX bike. It's very basic, but it will get the job done. Your kid will be happy, and you'll be able to keep on riding and enjoying yourself. Okay, so now comes the extra segment. Extra segment! Extra segment. Hold on. Extra segment. The extra segment is for you older riders that can probably drink beer like me and probably haven't gotten off of the cigarettes yet and haven't switched over to vape because you think it's kind of lame, and you don't vape, bro. But I totally understand. But this is for you guys. I did a list, and I did this for the older riders. I also did it for myself because it's bikes that I was looking into as well for myself. So 21-inch bikes for 2018 that look like really good completes for 21-inch. We're going to start off with, by far, the coolest bike I've seen in a long time that has that old school feel to it, but just looks amazing, and it's from an amazing rider. For a signature bike is the Fit VHS bike. VHS is the Van Homan signature, if you haven't figured that out. But if you know anything, if you're from my age, you think VHS, you think VHS tapes, and you think watching Wayne's World and other movies like that on VHS. But anyways, I digress. The Fit VHS, which I will put the picture right here, Tell me that isn't beautiful, guys. You older riders that love the black and the kind of raw metal look, it is just, oh, it reminds me of my youth. So this bike obviously is just the cat's meow. It's awesome, and for the price tag, you can't beat it, guys. I mean, a bike like this, especially a signature bike, I expect to be in the 6, 7, 800 or more range most times. 9 times out of 10, that's where I'm usually looking at. But the Fit VHS comes in at only $399.95. It's a beautiful price tag, and as soon as I run into $400, I would love to buy it. And so that is the Van Homan. If you haven't seen Van Homan ride, if you're a younger rider and you're still watching this video, even though I already went through your bikes, go check out Van Homan. If you haven't checked out Van Homan, that is someone that you need to emulate. This guy is amazing. He puts all the younger riders kind of, not to shame, but his style is just so out there and just push the limit that he deserves where he's at. So we'll just leave it at that. Fit VHS, $400. It's worth your money, older guys. And then I decided to do the newest version of my bike, the Kink Gap XL, which the picture, again, right here. So the Gap XL for 2018, as you can see, I love the colorway, the teal blue, the dark teal blue with the lime kind of, the limey looking graphics for Kink is really cool. I love it. When they did my bike, it was like a gray blue, like a gunmetal, I guess a gunmetal kind of grayish color, and it had Gap XL in this racy kind of looking font with like race, like chevron kind of pattern on it. It just looked like a race bike. It didn't look like a freestyle BMX bike. So it was kind of confusing. It was almost like, did you want this to be a trail bike, or Kink, what were you doing here? However, I think that Kink has realized that their bikes are kind of universal now. They're being used in a lot of different settings. And so they have changed the geometry this year to better fit the 21-inch rider, that makes it more comfortable for them. So they switched up the geometry on this frame from, this is an older one, this is a very much older Gap XL. So they've been making Gap XLs for years now. But this one, they changed the geometry, they made it a better bike, and it's coming in at a really good price too. This is an intermediate price tag, and I love it. It's $369.95. So that comes in a close second for me for a bike that I would consider buying for an older rider. So anyways, guys, I hope that this video was really, really educational for you. I hope it was helpful. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, please comment below. Let me know what your favorite bike is of 2018. If you have one that you think is better, let me know, because there's got to be more out there. Also, there's other reviewers out there. Make sure you check them out. They are awesome. They're good guys. I did watch some of their videos, but I didn't use any of their bikes for the most part. I kind of stayed on my own little list. But definitely check out like Grayson Roberts and some of them that have done, you know, top 5. BMXkin's done a top 5 of 2018 BMX bikes. So check those out. And then come back here and let's comment and talk about what bike you think should be the best, or what bike on this list do you think you should buy. Also, if you want to talk about used BMX, I'll start digging into those as well and tell you what I think for used BMX would be best for you to purchase this year. But anyways, guys, until next time, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment below and let me know what you think. And I hope you have a great one. Catch you next time on Team Hybrid BMX. Deuces.